All right, let's talk about something that I'm guessing hits very close to home for a lot of you. That frustrating, just exhausting habit of overthinking. You know, we're going to get into why your brilliant brain can sometimes feel like it's working against you, and more importantly, what the science actually says about how to get out of your own head. So yeah, let's just dive right in. And look, if that sounds way too familiar, you are absolutely in the right place. Because this isn't just about being thoughtful, right? This is about that paralysis that takes over when you're analyzing something that, let's be honest, really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Turns out, this is a super common experience, especially for really intelligent people. So what is actually going on up there when we get stuck like this? Well, it kind of feels like you have way too many tabs open in your brain, right? And every single one of them is just playing the same anxious song on a loop. That right there is the core feeling of overthinking. It's your mind's own personal anxiety playlist. And psychology has a name for this, of course. It's called rumination. And it's so important to know this is not the same as productive problem solving. Not at all. It's really just the mental version of a car wheel spinning in the mud. There's a whole lot of motion, a ton of noise, but you're not actually going anywhere. So this gets us to the real heart of the matter for this explainer. Why does this seem to happen so much more to people with high intelligence? I mean, it feels totally backward, doesn't it? Shouldn't a smarter brain be, more efficient? Well, the science here reveals this really fascinating and frankly frustrating link. So what's the deal? Well, a major study in 2015 found a direct link. The higher a person's verbal intelligence was, and that's just your skill with words, with ideas, with abstract thoughts, the more likely they were to worry and get stuck in these rumination loops. So basically, your brain's incredible gift for analysis, it just gets turned inward, where it starts overanalyzing everything. Okay, so how does this actually work inside the brain? Well, it really comes down to this system called the default mode network, or the DMN. You can just think of it as your brain's what-if engine. It's the part that lights up when you're not really focused on a specific task. When you're daydreaming, thinking about the past, planning for the future. And brain scans show that in highly intelligent people, this network is just more active and it's more strongly connected. Now, that's a huge advantage for creativity, but it becomes a total nightmare when it starts fueling endless overanalysis. But hold on a second. Does this mean all deep thinking is bad? No, absolutely not. The real key here is to know the difference between thinking that's actually productive and the kind that just drains all your energy and leaves you feeling completely stuck. And you can see the difference so clearly here. On one side, you've got constructive thinking. It feels like you're putting a puzzle together, right? It leads to new ideas, to actual solutions. Psychologists call this reflective pondering. But then on the other side, you have the total opposite, just being trapped in a loop of negative, anxious thoughts. That's called brooding. The goal is never to stop thinking deeply. It's to stop brooding. And here is why that brooding feels so awful. Overthinking literally kicks your brain's threat detection center into high gear. This means your brain is responding to a super low-stakes decision, like what to watch tonight or how to phrase an email, with the exact same biological stress response it would use for a real life or death threat. No wonder it's so exhausting. Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem, we've looked at the science behind it, so now for the most important part. What can we actually do about it? Let's walk through 5 really practical, evidence-based strategies that'll help you break that cycle. All right, here are 5 powerful tools. First up, time box it. Seriously, set a timer for, say, 15 minutes and just let yourself worry. When that time is up, you move on. Research on what's called worry postponement shows this really, really works. Next, the 80% rule. Aim for a decision that's 80% good, not 100% perfect. Good enough has to become your new best friend. Third, externalize it. Write your thoughts down in a journal or even just record a quick voice note. Just getting the loop out of your head breaks its power. The 4th tool is choose action over analysis. Any small step forward, no matter how tiny, shatters the paralysis. And finally, number 5, practice mindfulness. Just 5 minutes of meditation a day can actually weaken the DMN's obsessive grip and help you train your focus. So as we start to wrap this up, I want to offer you a really powerful way to reframe all of this. What if overthinking isn't some fundamental flaw? What if it's actually just a sign of a powerful cognitive engine that just needs a better operator? And this right here is the most important takeaway. Your tendency to see every possible angle, to simulate every outcome, that's part of what makes you so smart and creative in the first place. It's a superpower.
So the challenge isn't to get rid of it, but to learn how and when to turn it off, so you can aim all of that incredible mental energy toward the things that truly matter.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question to ask yourself the next time you feel that spiral starting. Just ask, am I solving a problem right now, or am I just running mental simulations on repeat? Making that tiny distinction can be the very first step to getting your focus and your peace of mind back. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now go do something instead of just thinking about it.